ओम सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। भज गोविंदम गोविंदम भज मूढ़मते। संप्राप्ते सन्हीते काले नहि रहि रक्षति डृङ्कृञ्जकरणे। काते कान्ता धनगत चिन्ता बातुल किं तव नास्ति नियन्ता। त्रिजगति सज्जन संगतिरेका भवति भवार्णव तरणे नौका। भज गोविंदम गोविंदम भज मूढ़मते गोविंदम भज मूढ़मते। So welcome back after 2 days gap. I should say sorry first because on Friday I only said we'll see later on. I did not give the explanation. So I expected that okay, later on means you will understand that Saturday Sunday no class. But however, because I did not give the clarification, that is my mistake. So really sincerely I am sorry for it. Coming back to the topic. As we have been discussing, mind always dwell upon something or other, and that is what the mind job is. So when mind starts dwelling upon, if you observe, based on where the mind dwells upon, based on that mind starts behaving in keeping with that object or that situation or that sort of thought process. For example, we say very carefully, the mind is nothing, it is just a reflection of the creation. Means the way you are being exposed from your childhood with reference to your, let us say, parent and all surroundings, and later on education system. So in short, the way you are exposed from your childhood, in keeping with your exposition, you will discover that your mind will function. You cannot think of Gagabugai because you are not exposed to Gagabugai. But if I allow you to get exposed to Gagabugai, then mind starts looking at Gagabugai. So in short, mind is nothing but the reflection of that you are being exposed, whether this life or previous life put together. Now interestingly, the world that is there in front of you, please understand, because there is war, a situation may happen, so that's why, because we are in the border of China, so that's why all these planes are they're flying now. So coming back, so here if we observe that the world is different, but the world that appears in front of you, including this fighting plane, suppose if I am not aware of the war, then what will happen? Because I am not aware of war, I will think, okay, some sound, something is happening. What is that sound? So the world that appears in front of me again is in keeping with the thoughts that I have. So that means again, the world that is appearing in front of you, not the world as it is. The world that appears in front of you is nothing but it is your reflection, what we call as projection. Because as per the rule, in keeping with Srishti, means creation, your thinking should be developed. And interestingly, based on your thinking, your own creation is being developed. That's why each one is being arrested in one's own creation. So keeping that, that's why everyone tries to think of something or other. In the last class we saw, when you start thinking of, let us say, dhana, on wealth, now how the wealth keeps functioning, keeps changing, keeps moving, because with reference to wealth, there is a security. Because we consider wealth is the source of security. Again, same wealth becomes the cause of insecurity. Because it's like whoever is the cause of love, same person becomes the cause of hatred. It goes together. So here, kate kanta dhanagata chinta, let me go ahead. Batula kimtavan nasti niyanta. Why are you dwelling upon, or why are you exercising your thinking process so much that is being projected unnecessarily outwardly, and which creates much more insecurity in you? Whether it is related to kanta, wife or husband, or related to wealth, or related to many things that you have in your day-to-day life. That's why may you know how to dwell upon, how to relate with higher thing in your life. And what is that higher thing? Trijjagati sajjana sangati reka. So when you start thinking of this satsanga, satpurushanam sangha, with higher thinking people, please understand, this is the most important aspect. It is not the person who appears to be high. The person who is being respected by more people, accepted by more people. Because if you observe all these stars, whether it is Hollywood stars or your country stars, please understand, definitely they are being accepted more by more number of people. In fact, when they say their followers goes in millions, whatever they upload in the YouTube or Facebook or whatnot, in 1 hour time it reaches millions. But what happens? Please understand, it's not their high, because when you dwell upon them, does your thinking becomes high or low? So you have to understand all the time that you have to keep elevating your thinking process, whatever you may do. Suppose if you are not able to elevate your way of thinking, that's the most important aspect. If you are not able to elevate your way of thinking, whatever you may do, please understand, is not going to help. Keeping this, let us look at the next verse, which is limitations of all the attire. Jatilo mundi lunchita kesha काशायाम्बर बहुकृतवेशः पश्यन्नपि च न पश्यति मूढः ह्युदरनिमित्तं बहुकृतवेशः भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते गोविन्दं भज मूढमते. This particular verse is being highly criticized, especially by neo-Vedantins, New Age gurus, self-made people, so-called intellectuals, and of course different religious people, so that they have got entry into this, let us say, calls Hinduism to destroy Hinduism. And of course, all half illiterate so-called intellectual Hindus, they also do criticize unnecessarily, and all the media highlights this verse very nicely. So if you look at, in short, this verse as it is, Jatilo mundi lunchita kesha kasayambra vahukrita vesha. If you look at different attire means look, each one is being dressed. So one ascetic is dressed with matted locks, jata. And of course, one is seven-headed. One, because there is a group, they do not pull one after another hair to make sure there is nothing. There is a group. So one, they hair all these things. There is nothing on the head, or in the head. We do not know. Okay, that's another thing. If there is nothing on the head, it's acceptable. If there is nothing in the head, it's dangerous. Okay, we'll see this. Then of course. And some people, kasayambara vahukrita vesha. Some people are in ochre cloth. Some people in white, some people in yellow, some people in different type of clothes, okay? Green, black, don't worry, everything is there. And some people black, red, white, black, red, lot of things are there. Just I'm trying to bring everybody put together, okay? And then what happens? But the interestingly is, pasyanapi chana pasyati mudha. Here, the person is so confused that who even while seeing do not see. Definitely what? Why he does all these things? Hrudara nimita bahukrita vesha. This is nothing, just to take care of the stomach. So not necessarily the hunger that is in the body, hunger in the mind also. Just to take care of the hunger, the person does everything. I will give you why this talks. Please understand. Keeping your mind elevated or not elevated is completely depends upon you. Not depends upon the attire that you have or where you are. Even if you can be in the best place, that does not mean that your thinking is higher. Because if you observe in any religion, makes no difference whether it's Christianity, Islam, anywhere. Because only people is, nobody talks about Islam. Because problem is if you talk against Islam, there will be fatwa. And always everybody wants to keep themselves away from them. Why to invite a problem? You understand? So everybody attacks. First, the best way to attack is Hinduism, because nobody opens mouth. Because all are, spineless. Because so many years have been, thrashed left, right. You understand? 500-600 years of Muslims, then Britishers. So everything is destroyed. Nothing is there. There is no spine. And whatever was there after independence, so-called independence, the spine, internal spine, means thinking spine, was completely removed through the education system. So everywhere it has been injected that you are stupid, you are useless. Like one of the best example we say, you'll be shocked to know, which is very popular. One of the architect who designed this Parliament House of India, which is a very nice square, completely round. It's a very big hit. Wow, one architect did it. Hey, she did not do anything. Just copied, he copied one temple. In fact, all Chausati yoginis, whether it is in Odisha or it is in Madhya Pradesh is intact, Chausati is in Odisha, top is broken. So whether it is Odisha Chausati means 64 yoginis. So Odisha 64 yoginis or Madhya Pradesh. So that person just copied that and made Parliament House. Nobody talks that. So that was the system. So what I am trying to highlight here is, in any religion, it's not only Hinduism, in any religion, you will find there are different types of people, those who hold power and position for the sake of their own hunger. I will start with the Christianity, I will come to Hinduism, of course. Once upon a time, in Christianity, people used to become father, not that they want to be father, not that they wanted to be father. Because to protect, because in the royal, let us say noble family, so-called noble family, to protect their asset, they used to push one child, the one who is useless, okay, to become a father. I'm not telling you jokes, this is the truth. They make sure that one child has to be a father, so that the family wealth and asset, because power of position, everything is there, only that or group, organization, so that your family is being protected. Leave it, Christianity. Let us come so-called Buddhism. Finally, I'll come to us, okay, don't worry, okay? Hinduism, finally, of course, I'll come nicely, because that is my favorite. So, Buddhism. In Buddhism, it's a very unfortunate thing, again. Every house, one child has to be a monk. Forcefully, at least, in Christianity, at least they make sure that fellow who is not able to do anything in the house, that fellow is being pushed when he is little grown up. Means they give some chance, after giving chance, they discover this fellow is good for nothing, let him become a father. Whereas in Buddhism, an innocent child is being picked up forcefully and converted as a monk. Now tell me, is it a violence or non-violence? Whole life you have destroyed the child. How is it acceptable? And you call it Buddhism stands for non-violence. Even non-violence, then how can you pick up a small child? That's why you can see, even if the topmost leader, I don't want to name it today, you can see the stress in him, the frustration in him. Because that fellow was not given a chance to think. And coming back, Hinduism, of course, no doubt in it. You will find varieties of people you cannot think of. And different types of people are there. That's what the explanation is there. I'll share one beautiful incident that I have gone through. When we were studying, Puju Swamiji used to be critical of few things, especially about sadhus and other things, organizations. He used to be very critical, which is really sometimes very painful. And when I was studying, as usual, I said, look, maybe Swamiji had his own opinion. Sometimes Swamiji is exaggerating unnecessarily. To be very honest, I have also done this. Thought of. One day Swamiji, very strongly, because from one organization, two topmost sadhus came. And they were listening, and they were supposed to stay 1 month to listen to Swamiji. And first day allowed, second day it was. And Swamiji talked against that organization. And in fact, this started like this. Look, this is how he exactly did it. He said, look, when I was taking his popular version of his, because from his life experience, that once a Swami came and said, Swamiji, that time he was in Rishikesh, I would like to study Brahma Sutra, that too under you. Then Swami said, fantastic. Yeah, in fact, in 7 days' time, I am going to start Brahma Sutra. Oh no, Swamiji. What happened? You said that you want to study, you are looking for, and that to Brahma Sutra under me, I am just within 7 days, I am starting. It's a matter of 7 days. Swamiji, why? What happened? Actually, this year, I have exhausted all my leaves. Only this next year, it will be nice if it can possible. Then as usual, Swamiji went one step ahead. This is what he told exactly as it is. He said, if Mr. Krishnan, who is working for a software company or hardware company or any company, says that I have exhausted my leaves, I can accept. If Swami Krishnananda, not Krishna, Swami Krishnananda says this, that I have exhausted my leave, now tell me, can I accept him as a Swami? And of course he added his point, and you may believe it or not, these two Swamijis, they left. They could not tolerate, they left. So I was thinking maybe Swamiji has got some problem, so he really did it. Interestingly, we all had been to same organization to one. Let me tell you openly, we went to Kaladi. Kaladi means the birthplace of Shankaracharya, Adi Shankaracharya. And we stayed in the organization, that place. They took care of us very well. Really. Then after staying, I requested, because my Acharya who was there, so Acharya told me, go and talk to this Swamiji who take care of the manager. And that person happens to be Odisha Swami. Why don't you want to talk to me? Invite him to come to ashram. Because they did a good job, so please. I said, yes, Swamiji, I'll talk to him. So as usual, I went and talked to him. I said, look, really thank you very much. You took good care of us. And please come to ashram. Then he said, actually I'm tired. I would like to come. But unfortunately, only 3 more leaves are there in this year. Next year, definitely I'll come. I was just shocked. And later on, whatever he said, let me not talk. Then I'll tell you another point. Just I'm in the same organization, same place. So there was a elderly Swami who was that time around 65 maybe. And he was in charge of the garden. And he also happens to be from Odisha. And interestingly, imagine those days, because in that organization to enter you have to be minimum this much age, like 20, 25 maximum, 23 that those days, now 25. And within 23 years minimum qualification is graduation. So that means you have to be a bright student. Then only you are allowed, or else no. So this elderly person, that time he was a graduate and he was a Swami. Now he is in charge of this garden, and in fact he is being from Odisha. And when I was talking, then he was very happy. In fact, he made us to drink tender coconut, all the group. Okay, he made, called somebody to climb, and we had a very good time. After that, he tried to talk. This is the point I would like to highlight, because unnecessarily I am stressed the story today too much. He openly said, I am very happy that you people are young, and being young you are exposed to right teacher. Studying under Swami Dayananda Saraswati is really lucky. Look, when I was young like you people, also I was very much proud of to become a Swami, but unfortunately I got into a wrong organization. Now I am fed up of tired, but I cannot go out because I am so much insecure. At least I have spent so much time in this organization. Till my death they will take care of me. At least this body will be taken care, protected till body is cremated. That is their responsibility. So for that sake I am staying here, but I am not interested to stay here. I am tired, fed up of, and you cannot believe the way he said. In fact, it was very painful for me for a few days. That what pain the person was going through, because he could share with me openly, because he understood. And of course he said, look, you people are free. This is what knowledge, because unfortunately we didn't have knowledge. Just we are part of the organization, do seva, do this, do that. Then they brainwashed us in such a way, we are destroyed completely. And I am talking about one of the topmost organization in the India. Topmost. And let me not talk about this present day popular version of organization, okay? Let me not talk. They are nothing, just brainwashing, and brainwashing. Catch hold of youngsters, destroy their life, brainwash. Like with this one more story, because today I am in a story mode, okay? How? This story, very popular story. I have shared long back. There was a thief who was very good in stealing. And what he does, daytime he goes around, finds out, and night he steals. And every time he used to get caught, like not every time, sorry, like whenever he get caught, wrongly, I said every time, whenever he get caught, so king will punish, like few months, sometimes few years in the jail, again release, and he will continue. Then finally, the ministers came up with one great idea. Look, he is a habituated person. We cannot rectify him. Forget this putting him in the jail. Then the king said, okay, we'll give capital punishment. No, not necessarily. We'll make him to alive in a different way. Now what? Let us cut his nose as a punishment. Then king didn't understand what is the connection it is. No, because this sort of thief, what they do, before stealing daytime they go and find out everything, night they do it. But once the nose is cut, wherever he goes, people know he is just thief. So that means they will change him so that he cannot notice anything, anywhere, so that he cannot survive, he cannot steal. Because remember, those days there was no plastic surgery, nothing, okay? So, of course, the nose was cut. Now, exactly same thing happened. Because when he started healed, whatever, then he went, wherever, hey, thief. Then he did not have any other choice. He had to run away from that kingdom. As he started running away, walking, frustrated, of course, beard started growing. He was tired and sitting under a tree. So, nearby one village, so one person came and asked, what happened? Oh, great Mahatma. Because in India we have this. So, whoever has got beard, little quieter, that's why all the people behave, you have to be quieter, okay? Oh, because in fact, I am not telling jokes, I'll tell you, I have gone through a lot, okay? You have to practice few things, okay, before becoming a Swami. Somebody told me, you have to do this. I said, I'm sorry. Coming back. So one person, okay, what happened? Why your nose is cut? Being a thief, like ex-thief, very smart. Yeah, there is a secret. Now, what is that secret? To realize the God, I had to do this. What is this? What is the connection? No, yes. Then he said, look, you know, as long as there is ego, that long you cannot realize God. True? Because ego is the obstruction to realize the God. And if you observe, the nose stands for ego. Because without nose, there is no beauty in the face. So the most beautiful thing is the nose. Nose makes it perfect. That's why if you go to any beauticians, especially, they spend more time, putting all these things on the nose. You understand? Because nose stands for ego. So, you cannot remove your ego. It's impossible. But if you remove your nose, ego is as though destroyed. Definitely you will have realization of God. Logically convinced. So this student, this young boy said, look, I am going to be your student. So will it happen? Yes, it will become student. There is a process. I have to initiate, and of course after that I will do all these things. Definitely you will realize. This young boy was very desperate. Then of course he got initiated. Finally he cut his nose. After cutting the nose, he did not realize. He did not see any God. He did not understand anything. Then he came with anger. Said, what? Nothing is happening. He said, just hold on. I have initiated, but there is one level of mantra which I have not given. Once I give it, of course, you will understand what is to do, what not to do. Now, what? Remember, if that doesn't happen, I am going to tell everybody that you are a cheat. You have cheated me. You have done all these things. Yes, you can, but please understand, my final initiation is there, is left. After that, you decide what you want, what you don't want. Okay. He came for the final initiation. And that to one, very secret. And the one initiation is what? Look, I have cheated you. There is nothing, by cutting nose you will realize. But remember, if you go and tell the truth, people will come and beat me. And I will leave this place, I will go to some other place, and I will continue my job. Because I now understood what to do, what not to do. But once I leave the place, whole life, how people will look at you? Hey, you have been cheated by a person. Will you be able to survive? Will you be able to look at yourself? People always will call you that you are a loser. Whereas, If you behave, you pretend, yes, I was trying all my method to realize God, but I could not. But when I took the initiation from this Swami and cut my nose, look, today I have understood, I have realized God. Now what will happen? Tomorrow you will become a guru. Many people will come back and initiate from you. Now decide, would you like to live your life with regret and being called as a loser, or will you like to live life differently? You choose what you want. And of course, the person did not have any other choice. He did not have guts to look at himself. Then what he did? He also said, I realized God. And he created students. And finally, after a few years, they discovered that a huge number of groups whose nose have been cut. It appears as though a joke. This is the truth, this is the reality in any organization. Especially all, where there is no knowledge based. All this seva, charity, this, that, service, all organization is completely based on this concept, nothing else. Except a teaching oriented organization. Remember this much. Except a teaching oriented organization. And they make sure. And that is what is being highlighted. Pasyanapi chana pasyati mudha. Remember, to become a Swami, you have to have a spark. Whoever, even if a wrong person who is deluding everybody, who is destroying everybody, must have some spark. But whether he is able to sustain that spark or not, that is a question. And why that person is not able to sustain? Because of all these things. That's why you need to spend some time to look at yourself. Do you have guts? Do you have strength to look at yourself? Or you are trying to run away? Because if you observe yourself, always you are trying to run away from yourself. In different ways, different means. That's why always I try my best to make you to see wherever you have weakness, wherever you cannot have strength to look at. Try to spend some time, doesn't matter whatever you do. Try to see the strength in you. Because if you are not able to see yourself, and if you try to gloss over, try to engage yourself, try to do many things, then what happens? You are a mudha, you are a confused person, you are telling lie to yourself, you are cheating yourself. And how long can you cheat yourself? How long can you tell lie to yourself? That's why here is being said, even if great people, so-called great people, those who are called religious people, those who are called saintly people, even if they are supposed to see the truth, still they pretend that they do not see, because they think that they are seeing, but in reality they don't see, they don't understand either. In the eyes of others, they are great people, but deep within they look at themselves, they are the most confused and loser. Look at yourself. Do you go through some time or not? Other people respect you, other people accept you, but deep within, how you look at yourself. That is what is being highlighted here. Not to criticize the sadhus, not to criticize the head of the organization. That is not the purpose here. Please understand. That is what people, they look at. No, this is a beautiful verse. Look, even if also in Shankaracharya time also people were like, all the Bhagavans were becoming Swamijis. How they used to cheat. No, please understand. Look at yourself. What you do. Pasyanapi chana pasyati mudha. You are confused, you are deluded. In fact, you are a habituated liar to yourself. Please understand, that's the most dangerous thing to happen in life. Once you are habituated to tell lie to yourself, that is what we call as habituated liar. Once you are habituated to tell lie yourself, everything is good. There is one book somebody has written, think big, you will become big. Think big, you become big. Let that fellow think when he became big by selling the book, or just thinking big, he became big. In fact, that fellow became big by selling the book called Think Big, you will become big. You understand? This is a very fascinating word to attract people. I am sorry, one more minute, I will stop it. So that's why you have to be very clear and careful. That don't tell lie to yourself. If you don't have courage to face, nothing wrong in it. Breathe, take time, keep it aside. Collect all your strength, gain all your strength, and try to face yourself. Once you start facing yourself, you will discover, you will be able to release yourself, you are a free person. That's what is being said. Or else what will happen? For the hudara nimita, you understand? For the stomach sake. The hunger that is in the physical body stays very gross way. So hunger that is in gross body, nowadays there is no hunger in the gross body, okay? There is hunger in the mind. Different type of obsessions, different type of frustrations, different type of, better. So in order to take care of that, you do everything in your life. How long can you do? That's in short. How long can you tell lie to yourself? More of it, we'll see tomorrow. Please close your eyes. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.